We're going to do a couple examples of hypothesis testing with proportions in StatCrunch. So here we have a poll of 33% of adults with children under the age of 18 reported that their family ate dinner together 7 nights a week. So we want to suppose that in a more recent poll, 332 out of the 1050 adults with children under the age of 1 reported that their family ate dinner 7 nights a week. So we want to know, is there sufficient evidence that the proportion of families with children under 18 who ate dinner 7 nights a week has decreased at the alpha equals 0.1 significance level? So first off, we like to look at what type of problem this is. So it's about the proportion. So we're going to be using P. And we said that in a previous poll, 33% of adults ate together. So 33% is what we're looking at. And the claim here is that it has decreased. So we want to look at this less than 0.33 is our claim. So we'll write our null. Remember, our null is always going to be equal. And the alternative in this case is going to be less than, because we want to know if it decreased. So this time our alternative is the same as our claim. So first we're going to draw out our curve. And we're looking for less than. So we're looking for this side is going to be shaded down here. And this area is 0.1. So now we can go into StatCrunch. And we were talking about proportions, so we're going to go into proportion stats, one sample with summary. And we have that our successes was 332. And our number of observations was 1050. And with our setup hypothesis test, we're looking at 0.33. And we need to change this to less than. So we have our successes, observations, changed our proportion to 33, and we're looking for a decrease, so we're looking for less than. If we hit compute, we'll see that our counts, our sample proportion is going to be about 0.32, and we can see our p-value is 0.1706. So we're going to write down p and p-value, and this is going to be 0.1706. And this is greater than our alpha, which is 0.1. So p-value is greater than alpha. And because it's greater, we are failing to reject. So if we wanted to write this down, we can say that there is not significant evidence to say that the proportion of families with children under the age of 18 who eat dinner together 7 nights a week has decreased at the 0.1 level of significance. So there's not significant evidence to support our claim. So we'll do one more example. So in this one we have a simple random sample, and we have 1,000 voters. And the voters were asked who they voted for. So we had our sample of 550 reported that they voted for the Democratic candidate. And we're going to use a level of significance of 0.01 to test the claim. So this is our claim that the Democratic candidate for governor will receive the majority of the votes. So that's our claim. And we want to write this in a way of our proportions. So we know this one is a proportion because we are talking about the majority of the votes, which would be a percentage, and we have 550 out of 1,000. So whenever you have something out of something, this is going to be a proportion. So we want majority of the votes. So the majority of the votes is going to be anything above 50%. So if you have more than 50% of the votes, you will have the majority. So our claim is going to be P equals 0.5. So null P equals 0.5, and our alternative, we want to see if they got more than that. So again, drawing out our curve. This time we're looking for greater than. So we're looking for an area of 0.01 up here. So again, we're going to go to stat, proportion stats, one sample with summary. Our successes was 550 out of 1,000 voters. And we want to know if it's greater than 0.5. The 0.5 was already there, so we can just leave that. And we want to know greater than. So 550, 1,000. I forgot the 0 there. 1,000.5. Compute. And we get a p-value of 0.0008. So our p-value is 0.0008. And this is less than 0.01. So because our p is less than alpha, we reject. So we reject the null. So what this means is there is significant evidence that the majority of voters voted for the Democratic candidate. So this is our conclusion. Based on our hypothesis test, we rejected a null, so we can say there is significant evidence that the majority of voters voted for the Democratic candidate. So there was enough evidence to support our claim. So that is how you do hypothesis testing with proportions in StatCrunch.